Welcome to 2K Sports. We're ready to brighten the weekend with some Saturday night basketball. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And how about the futures for these guys? Here is the rookie race. Some newcomers making their presence felt around the league. You take a look at Fears. There were a few bright spots during the season for him, but overall just not enough to bring him up towards the top.
And I figured at some point he might shoot up those rankings, but he just wasn't able to do so.
Well, there are a lot of good rookies this season, and he's had trouble keeping pace. But to me, there's no reason to think he won't continue to improve next year.
All right, let's take a look at New Orleans' starting lineup. We've got Murray, Trey Murphy out there with Yves Missi, and it's Queen in at the 4 slot. And for the Jazz, we've got Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then there's George, and it's Reed in at the point guard position. Well, Doris, the end of the regular season fast approaching. Are most teams where you expect them to be?
No, I mean, there's always some big surprises, right? That's what makes this game so compelling. There's never a way to predict who's going to rise and fall throughout the year. There's always something unexpected.
Now here's Reed going inside. A slam dunk by Reed.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving. No doubt whatsoever.
And he gets it to go.
And just a fantastic play there. Murray excels at bursting towards the rim and capitalizing.
Reed with it. Checked by Murray. Outside Reed. To the paint. And it's Filipowski. That time on the assist by Reed.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Picked by Missi. Murray from outside. Reed with the rebound. And so it's Reed with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. To the inside. Kessler. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You can tell how much confidence Walker Kessler has as the roll man, ready to catch and score.
Well, Grant, when Zion is doing what he does best, it changes everything for the Pels.
Yeah, he bends defenses and brings a force that few teams can answer. With him in rhythm, they're not just dangerous, they're different.
Murray for 3. Again, the miss by Murray.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Reed passes to Filipowski, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, they were looking for a fast start, and they have been perfect from the tip.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. They're taking on DeJounte Murray, the long, skilled guard, and coach telling me pregame, when he's locked in defensively, Murray is a problem. He can create havoc on the perimeter. Plus, I like how over the years he's built on his offensive game. DeJounte is such a solid player. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And finished off by Kessler.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
Pelicans trail by 6. Here's Hawkins. Checking his stats. He's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Hits the trifecta. Murray's got 7 points.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Reed passes to Kessler. Back to Reed. Inside. Kicks it to George. 6 to shoot. Filipowski sets a screen. Reed passes to Filipowski. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Pass to Hawkins. Here's Murray. And another one falls for New Orleans.
Boy, hard to operate any more efficiently than this guy has this quarter.
Jazz leading by 3. George finds Reed. There's a minute 12 left in the first quarter here. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Kessler with a bucket.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Hawkins, the pass to Queen. Here's Murray. Nice D from Reed.
Oh, he missed the chippy. What are the odds? That's so frustrating.
36 seconds left in the first, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed.
One guy's thinking zig, the other zag, and it's nothing good resulting.
Utah making a switch here. Collier's checked in. Jones, he's checked in for New Orleans. Alvarado comes in for Hawkins. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Misi. And here's Alvarado. Here's the three. Kessler with a rebound. And here's Reed. Alvarado defending. Outside Reed. Now here's Filipowski. And there's another one for the Jazz.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
And so it's the Utah Jazz closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. Back to the game after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Jazz.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Collier and Bailey man the backcourt. George Niang out there with Jusuf Nurkic. And it's Sensabaugh in at the three, the small forward. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. Here's Collier. No made baskets yet. Utah moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Pelicans trail by 7. Springer passes to Alvarado. Misses the three. Doris, while he's selective about it, Jusuf Nurkic has added a three-pointer to his game.
I think if you're a big in the modern NBA, you understand that your game is always about adapting to what's next. And listen, you have to be selective if you're just adding this element, but Jusuf Nurkic trying to evolve.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Different look here for Utah. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Niang. George comes in for Sensabaugh. And Reed subbed in for Collier. And then for New Orleans, Queen, he's checked in for Looney. Trey Murphy comes in for Bay. And Hawkins subbed in for Springer. And here's New Orleans now. 9-point game. To the right side. Down low. Count it. Alvarado's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, easy pickings from that distance. More of that, please.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Chums, appreciate the report. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Dean, their last time out against the Pelicans, really lit up the floor. He added 55 points, and he didn't need a ton of extra possessions to get to that total. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Oh, great stuff, Allie. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Pass to Jones. No good on the triple.
Well, you can see they are willing to absorb some of these open shots from this guy because obviously another miss here.
To the middle.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Reed. Back to Nurkic. Clock is at 3. Markkanen finds Reed. Sends it home from three-point land. Reed's got 5 points.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Pass to Hawkins. Looking to win the run. Rebounded by Nurkic.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open, and yet somehow comes away empty.
A slam dunk by Reed.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A different look for Utah. Kessler comes in for Jusuf Nurkic. And it's Filipowski in for Bailey. And then for New Orleans, Messi comes in for Jones. And Murray subbed in for Alvarado. Pelicans trail by 16. Here's Hawkins. Still without a bucket. Outside Murray for 3. Kessler with a rebound.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Nurkic is checked in for Utah.
Number 30, Jusuf Nurkic.
The Pelicans have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Here's Hawkins. George defending to stop the drought. The rebound by Markkanen.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Now here's Filipowski. Defense right on him. Reed passes to Filipowski. Markkanen outside. Off the mark there with a 3. Pelicans trail by 16. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Utah foul. Reed. First personal foul. First team foul.
"15 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And he makes it.
Yeah, the closer he gets, the deadlier Murray can be. He just enjoys working close in.
Pass to Filipowski. Back to Reed. Takes the 3. And that concludes the first half. It's the Jazz leading by 14. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Greetings, everybody. Before we delve into the first half analysis, let's bring you up to speed on the power rankings at this critical stage of the season.
I look here at New Orleans. I think we know at this point how good this team can be, and that is not very good, Ernie.
Look at Kenny over here reading like a third grader. Hard to disagree, but this team is bunk.
Bunk?
Bunk?
I said it. Bunk.
Bunk? Hey, define bunk.
It's a dunk, but a bad dunk. Bunk.
Ooh. Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right now in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Wow, what a performance by DeJounte Murray.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. It's just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
Now an update on Walker Kessler. Allie LaForce, what'd you learn?
Guys, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Utah. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Despite the longer time frame for a full recovery, the training staff is letting him play. We'll be keeping you updated as we hear more, but for now, he's not going to let us slow him down.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
Second half underway. Here's who Willie Green's got on the floor. We've got Yves Missi, Trey Murphy out there with Murray, and it's Hawkins in at the 2. Reed for 3. They get it again. From downtown, gets the 3 to fall. Reed's got 10 points.
Boy, for the most part, when they have gone through him, he has delivered.
To the inside. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Kessler. Down low. Here's George. Kessler passes to Reed. Back to Kessler. The drive by Murray. Here's Missi. Nice D from Reed. Jazz leading by 14. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Kessler passes to Reed. Back to Kessler. Outside Reed. Pass to Kessler. 2 on the clock. And the shot's good. Give him 8.
Boy, contact from the defense, but Mr. Kessler just powers right through it.
Stolen by Reed. And there's the drive. A slam dunk by Reed.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected Cam? And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. There's a lot to consider with NBA expansion, and Commissioner Silver said, quote, what does that mean for talent? I feel great about where the talent is right now in the league, but those players have to come from somewhere. How does it work geographically? What will it mean for growing the game? These are all good questions. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie. Appreciate the update. Now Missi. No points yet. Murray for 3.
They feel tense to start the second half. They are 1 for 5, guys.
Pass to Reed. Just over 2.5 minutes going by in the second half.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Lots of stretch bigs in the league, Doris. Lauri Markkanen is one of the best at spacing the floor.
What we know, BA, is that sweet shooting bigs with the kind of size that Lauri has are an invaluable tool in the modern game. Lowry can balance that shooting with his off-the-bounce game. He is the prototypical desired big in the league today.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Bailey's checked in for Marketing. Jones, he's checked in for New Orleans. Already it's February. Let's see how things look out west. You take a look at Utah. They have looked in control all season long. Aren't showing any signs of taking their foot off the gas anytime soon. And, of course, the Pelicans currently a ways below. Pass to Messi. Back to Murray. Can they get it? And the layup is up and in. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They keep calling his number. Murray is still hot.
And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. And here are the top three-point shooters in the NBA. Utah making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. And a change for the Pelicans. Looney's checked in. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Pass to Murray. Here's Jones. Murray is doubled. Hawkins, the pass to Queen. And Looney with the slam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. It's Reed with a drive. A slam dunk by Reed.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Reed brings the double. Looney passes to Murray. And a miss there on the triple. Utah leading by 20. To the paint. Here's Filipowski. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
As of this moment, they look absolutely unstoppable.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Pass to Hawkins. Three-pointer. Gets the three ball to go. Hawkins has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. He shoots it. Again, Utah good for two.
You know the coaches hated that shot, but guess what? Some of them go in.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside Jones. Back to Murray. From outside the arc. The rebound by the Jazz. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets. A home game. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be right back with you shortly. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Collier and Bailey man the backcourt. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the group for Utah right now.
Well, you give this guy a half-decent look from distance, and he's going to make you pay.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
New Orleans is shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Alvarado, the pass to Bay. The 3. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Jazz leading by 19. Pass to Markkanen. It's stolen by Looney. Alvarado outside. Going with an almost entire new group here. Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Filipowski comes in for Sensabaugh. George, he's checked in for Bailey. And Reed subbed in for Collier. And a new group getting ready for the Pelicans. Misi, he's checked in for Looney. Queen comes in for Bay. Hawkins is checked in for Jones. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Alvarado. Outside Murray. Here's Hawkins. Pass to Misi. Right wing. Some nice passing by New Orleans here. Here's Hawkins. The 3 is up. Cash from downtown.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Murray scanning the floor. Beyond the arc. Oh, it doesn't go. Jazz leading by 18. Reed. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. And that's 23 points for D.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Murray against Reed. Murray passes to Hawkins. The 3, and he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kessler. Niang comes in for Filipowski. Sensabaugh is checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Collier in for George.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Jazz.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this is win number 60 for the year. A huge milestone for them and a testament to the effort and energy these guys bring every night.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for D.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
Team foul. At the line for the Pelicans, Jose.
And he can't get the first one.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Here's Reed. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Reed's got 30 points.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
with the step back. Murray's shot is good.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Reed with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. A slam dunk by Reed.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Jazz foul call. Reed. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
First one falls for him.
For New Orleans. Derek Queen at the line for two.
So he gets them both. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Now we send it over to Jennifer Quintana.
MP with a double-double in tonight's victory. It seemed like whenever your team needed something, you delivered. Your thoughts?
I get sick if I think I'm going to miss a game because I know my guys are counting on me to do whatever it takes. So for me, tonight was the kind of game I live for. Whatever problem we had, I solved it. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they give me a standing O when I get back to the locker room.
Great confidence, MP. Thank you so much. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Jennifer. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. So long.